All right, everybody, what is going on? Welcome to another practice recap here on the Locked On Vikings YouTube channel. Hope y'all are having a wonderful Wednesday afternoon. I am here at Vikings camp, just watched the August 10th practice, padded practice. Hello, everybody. Pretty fun stuff today. I think I'm just going to try to go through like beat by beat and just hit me with questions when you get them. I'll be on for 15, 20-ish minutes and we'll do a full podcast tonight. That'll be up in the morning. That's going to be how we're going to do training camp all week. So, let's start here with, I guess, like attendance and stuff. Scene's back. Excused absence on the Monday night thing. I don't know what the deal was with that. Some personal thing, I don't know, who cares. Where's the pod been? It's, on YouTube, it's audio only right now, so if you aren't listening to, if you're looking for Locked On Vikings episodes, you can find them Spotify, Apple, whatever. But it's for the video portion, that's going to be just these live streams while I'm out. And then we'll be back to YouTube when I'm back, which will be next week. We'll be back to the normal cadence. So, my odd man out receivers, one or two, you mean like for the roster? Yes, the Darisaw Trent Williams comparisons, I get it. He was cooking today. My one or two guys to get out, probably BC Johnson. He looks okay. Like, he should make a team. And I don't know, two of Naylor, Tristan Jackson, and Myron Mitchell. I think one of those guys makes the team. I think Dan Chisena might not because he's been out and this is usually his time. Yeah, we'll get to Ingram in a bit, Linwood. So the individual stuff started. I was watching the receivers a lot. So what I really noticed, you know, when you're just watching the drills, all you're looking for is like who's quick in and out of their breaks, who looks like they have to decelerate a lot, who doesn't, like who has to take a lot of time to get out of the break. Oh my gosh, we got 30 people here. What's up, everybody? Yeah, so like who has to come out of their breaks fast or whatever. And Naylor looked really, really smooth in that. I loved the way that Mitchell looked. I liked the way that Jackson looked. And I kind of thought I didn't really like the way Thielen looked on that. He looks a little slower than he used to. He used to be a little faster, but that's okay. He's going to have his different role this year, and that's kind of where I feel like he is. And then it's funny, like all the guys will do their drills, and they all look varying degrees. You know, some people look great, some people don't look as great. And then Justin Jefferson comes up, and it just shows you like 18 different things that none of the other guys are even attempting. And it's like, okay, buddy, like it's unreal how good Jefferson is. And I guess that might be one of the headlines for me today is when I really saw what everybody's talking about with Kirk and Jefferson. They're the same page is the wavelength is unreal. There's so many times when the route needs to be adjusted, the throw needs to be adjusted because of where the coverage is. Needs to be, you know, hey, usually the throw is at this spot, but because of the way the coverage is, it's going to have to be a little more outside. And they're just both perfectly on the same page about it. Everything is so smooth. It's like they're inside each other's minds. It's unbelievably awesome. So yeah, that's really exciting. That's really cool. I guess the biggest other news would be Ed Ingram. Ed Ingram played a whole bunch with the ones. He rotated in with the ones today. Is JJ Moss? Nah, I wouldn't go that far. Moss is something else. Is that Eric saying you live 1 mile away? You idiot. Get over here. Skip work, Eric. Yeah, so Jefferson's insane. Kirk was dealing today, except until the last situational drill. He missed one, and we got a good golly out of it. And then he sailed one, and he looked really mad about it. It was a pick. It was totally his fault. He immediately knew as soon as he threw it, he like ripped his chin strap off. Chandon Sullivan looks okay. Yeah, he's been good in run support, good, fine as a nickel. I saw him clamp Adam Thielen once on Monday night. He's fine. Oh, my finger's on the lens. Sorry, look at me go. I'm a professional. There we go. Yeah, Eric, let's grab a beer for sure. So what else? Oh yeah, Ed Ingram. So Ed Ingram rotates in with the ones, and he looked okay, I thought he got beat a couple times. He wasn't having the best day out, like he wasn't like killing it like Christian Darisaw. Christian Darisaw was cooking, man. He was beating Zadarius Smith, and Zadarius Smith was giving him everything. And what really impressed me about Darisaw was like he wasn't winning the reps right off the bat. He was recovering to win them. And as offensive line, you need that. That's offensive line for you. Like, you are not going to just win every rep super, super smoothly. You're going to get in a bad situation sometimes. They're going to split a way you didn't think they were splitting. They're going to crash inside more than you thought. And you're going to have to recover. That's what really separates the good from the great. And Nate Stanley, look, I'm not sure. I don't even know where he is in the world right now. But it was a lot of recovery, a lot of, all right, he didn't quite do great, and then he recovered and he won the rep. And, you know, we love ugly wins on offensive line. Ugly wins are the hardest ones to come by, and he was full of them. He's still not the best lineman there, like O'Neal still is, and some of the reps between O'Neal and Hunter are just fun. Hunter has so much to get to throw at an offensive lineman, and O'Neal was able to handle all of it. And it's like, I'm not used to seeing tackles be able to handle, you know, push and then try to pull and then try a spin and then try this. It was insane. Lewisine was all right. He played with the twos. I didn't clock him much, but that's not meaningful. There's a lot of guys I don't clock that are doing. I'm usually honing in on one or two players, kind of whoever happens to catch my eye. So I don't have a lot on scene. Booth was very up and down. He had some times where he would just be too aggressive. He had sometimes he would get there early. Less flags today. I thought he had a much better day today, and some really cool wow plays. And, you know, sometimes he's just in really good coverage and Kirk threw a perfect ball. Like, nothing to be ashamed of there. We had a lot of like 3s versus 1s, 1s versus 2s and stuff. Is it Jake Collins? It's always Jake Collins' time. Are we potentially cutting Mond completely? Yeah, Mond's a catastrophe. He is not worthy of being on a 53-man roster right now. I don't think that's even controversial to say. Blake Pearl's a better dancer. Sorry, Adam Thielen. I don't think that's even controversial to say right now. It's the question is he at least showing enough where you think maybe next year he could have something? I don't know. I'm probably going to think about that all day. Maybe have a better answer for you tonight. But it's like that bad where like even that is a question. Drew Lock to Minnesota. Your lips to God's ears, buddy. Clip that. What else? Yeah. I thought Ed Ingram outplayed Jesse Davis with the ones. Chris Reed was cooking. I thought Chris Reed had a really nice day. He had one really bad overset where he gave up a sack, and the rest of it he had a really nice day. I tried my best to watch Bradbury. It's just so hard for me to look at the centers. I just get distracted so much. I saw some wins, some losses, which is probably not good. You will probably want more wins than losses for a center. But I didn't see a situation to panic about. I see the same Bradbury, which I've already kind of said a whole bunch on my show that's a bargain that I've kind of said I'm okay with. If you're not okay with it, you're going to still not be okay with it. And if the Vikings were okay with it, they should remain okay with it. But I don't know. It's also pretty hard to see. There are a lot of reps where like it'll be against Harrison Phillips and it'll just get a bull rush, and Phillips is just stronger than Bradbury, right? That's just going to be the way it is with centers. And Kevin O'Connell even said that like a lot of centers are like that, and you'll see a lot of hopping, and you want those hoppings. Yeah, Ches Surratt had a couple of plays today. Has he been? I see what you're doing there, Poltergoose. Shush. The Rabbits could play better, maybe. I thought Mannion had an okay day. He was very safe today, but that sometimes in a backup, that's what you want, right? Don't throw the interception. Just be nice and conservative and let your playmakers be the point guard. But yeah, Kellen Mond was a catastrophe. Anyways, with Bradbury, you want those hops. Like if you look, there was that Jordan Davis clip that went around against, I want to say, Cam Jurgens. He was hopping really well, and all that is you're just buying time. You know you're not going to outmuscle this guy, so you just want to buy time, and those hops allow you to anchor and get like push and push and push, and that's the technique you want him to be doing. If he's doing that technique, he's going to be walked back. It's going to look ugly, and the hope is that you've bought enough time for the ball to get out. It's hard for me to tell what's 2s and what's 3s actually. And in this particular one, they had like the third team corners with the second team edge rushers with the first team interior. So they did a lot of mixing. It's kind of hard for me to see. Those are probably my headlines. O'Neal looks great. Daniil Hunter looks great. Justin Jefferson looks great. KJ Osborne looks awesome. Thielen looked fine. I do think that, I don't know, I've only seen 2 days here, but in those 2 days, KJ Osborne has looked like the more dynamic and complete receiver, and Adam Thielen might be the guy that rakes in all the touchdowns. So I don't even know, like, my hot take might be KJ Osborne Jordan Hicks got a pick and shot a gap a couple times. He looks really aggressive. I really like Jordan Hicks. He really knows what he's looking at, and he's shooting a lot of gaps. That might get him in trouble. You might see him shoot a gap he shouldn't shoot and kind of get beat up. But for now, I like that. I'd rather have that than someone hesitant. Kendricks clamped down on Dalvin Cook on a route once, for whatever that's worth. Yes, Poltergoose, I agree. KJ Osborne looks like a monster. I do think he will outproduce Adam Thielen this year in yards, maybe not touchdowns. I don't know who that makes wide receiver 2 and who that makes wide receiver 3. And I think at that point, if you're thinking that hard about the distinction, you're probably thinking about the wrong thing. But I do think KJ Osborne will get more yards than Thielen. And I'll even say per game. And if one of them gets hurt, that's, hey, thanks for the love from Australia, buddy. Running back notes. Not really. I saw a couple of good blitz pickups from Wangu and one really bad blitz miss from Madison. That's not a complete sample at all. Those are just the plays I happened to notice. But that kind of I don't know. The hot take I had before camp was that your running back room would be like Dalvin Cook, Kene Wangu, and Ty Chandler, and then you'd like cut or trade Madison. Can Zach Davidson block? I'm going to get to that. Actually, put a pin in that because that is really interesting. But yeah, he got outblocked by Wangu today by what I saw. Za'Darius looks good. Yeah, he's given Christian Darrisaw a lot of guff. Darrisaw is handling it because Darrisaw is looking really good. But part of what makes Darrisaw look good is that the pass rushes from Za'Darius look really good. So Zach Davidson, he knows where to be. He stands up a little bit too much. You want him to get a little bit lower so that you can kind of push up. But he knows where he's supposed to go, and that's an improvement from last year, and he looks fast. Can Zach Davidson throw? We'll find out. Amir Smith-Marsette's got a decent spiral on him. Not a lot of velocity, not a lot of power, but he can make it fly straight. But yeah, I thought I don't even think it's controversial anymore to say Zach Davidson's making this team, and it's a matter of does he get the backup spot over Munt right now or not. Any pass rush juice from the interior? Yes, there was one. Who was it? Somebody was absolutely cooking on the interior. Dalvin Tomlinson. Yes, Dalvin Tomlinson was going insane. I do not know about if Ed Ingram starts week 1. Where the momentum is trending that way, but we've still got a ways to go. I do have sunscreen. Don't worry about it. Wear sunscreen. All right. I've already had enough problems with that. So can Dalvin cook? Yes, Dalvin can cook. Yeah, Dalvin Tomlinson had a couple of absolutely insane plays. Patrick Jones is around. I haven't seen anything good or bad from him. I don't know. I'm only one guy with one pair of eyes, so I don't know if I'm losing stuff or not. I can't tell if this is the most or least depth the team has had in a while. They have better depth than last year. Their depth from last year was not even NFL caliber. It's better than that. I don't know if it's good, but it's better than it was last year. Chris Reed was not at center. Chris Reed played at right guard today. Austin Schlottman was at center. He looked okay. Looked like a backup center. Chris Reed was, however, cooking at guard. He was doing great. I'm trying to think of what else. I don't know. Keep peppering me with stuff because I'm trying to think of what else I want to talk about. A lot of people have asked about Scene. He's... Sure, buddy. Oh, I think I'm being asked to leave. So a lot of people were doing pretty well. Or a lot of people were asking about Lewis Scene. Thought Lewis Scene looked pretty good. He was with the twos all day. He made a couple plays. I didn't see any mistakes, but I also wasn't watching him very cleanly. So that, I think, is going to do it for me then. Thanks, y'all, for coming into the live stream. I'll find a better place to stream next time so I can talk to you guys a little bit more. For any other recaps and stuff, check out the Locked On Vikings podcast. You can find it wherever you find your favorite shows. I will see you all. Oh, CJ Ham. One really good play, a couple really bad plays. He got beat by Chaz Surratt on a run stop once. So there's that. All right, I'll see you all tomorrow from this, and I'll see you tomorrow morning, or you'll listen to me tomorrow morning on the podcast. If you're just a YouTube person, though, we'll keep doing these live streams for you. But make sure you go check out the podcast. I'll see you all later. And as always, Skull.